Hiya everybody, today we are setting up the DOD Kinoko Tent. If you like the tent, by the way, there is a separate video which I'll link below that gives an introduction to the tent itself. This is just the setup and pack up video. And please do watch to the end because there is a important, I would even say a vital step when you take this tent down that you don't want to screw up. I'll tell you at the end when we break down the tent. This is one of DOD's one-touch tents. That's a tent that you pull a string, it sets itself up. Now, DOD makes a bunch of this style of tent, but this is the only one that we carry in the States as of the shooting of this video, which is late 2023. So, let me show you how that works. Tent looks like this. When it is right out of the bag, it kind of just falls open. To set it up, you need to find the pull string, which is here. You grab the base of the mechanism and you pull back on the string. Now, important point here. You can see that the string is coming straight out of the mechanism. What happens sometimes is this thing will get like tangled up in here so that you're pulling not straight out of the mechanism and it makes it much harder to pull. So make sure first step is make sure that when you do this, you're pulling straight out of the mechanism here. From there, it's like drawing a bow. Now, you always hear me talking about how important it is to use ground sheets with your tents to extend the life of your tent. Well, good news here, this tent comes with a ground sheet already attached and clipped on. You don't need to buy it separately. You don't need to do anything about it. It's already there. All right, next step. Just need to stand up the legs, which is easy. One hand on the bottom of the leg, one hand on the top, pull till it clicks, and then just go right around all 6 legs like so. Now it is time to stake down the tent. If you have seen the Ichi setup videos, you know that with a hexagonal tent, stake order is important. You cannot start here and just work your way around the tent. You will not get the tent laid out correctly. The right way to do it is pick any point you want. Your next stake is the opposite point on the tent. And now for your second 2 stakes, again, pick any point you want. Your next stake is the opposite point on the tent. And if you've done that correctly, when you put your last stake in, your poles will be perfectly spaced and your tent floor will be lying flat. Putting the rain fly on the tent is straightforward. Just have to make sure that the front of the rain fly is lined up with the front of your tent where the door is. How do you do that? Find your brass grommet. That is the front center of the rain fly, which aligns with the door of the tent. The rain fly attaches to the poles of the tent under the rain fly. There are 2 plastic clips that go on either side of the door, and then the rest of the rain fly attachment points are Velcro straps. Next step is guy lines. Now, you will find that there is at each leg of the tent, 1 guy line coming off the corner of the rain fly and 1 attached to the sidewall of the tent. You do not need to stake these down independently, just both guy lines over 1 stake. And there you go. It ain't hard. But with this one-touch mechanism, really, you pull the string, the tent sets itself up. All you have to do is attach the rain fly. Easy. So at the beginning of the video, I promised you a tip, and here it is. When you go to break down the tent, you have to remember, first thing, release the one-touch mechanism. That's easy to do. Just give it a little yank. And you're ready to break down the tent. If you forget to do that, you can actually break the tent. How do I know? Because I did it. I forgot to release the mechanism, and then I tried to fold up the tent, and there was tension on the poles, and it bent the poles, and then no more Kinoko tent. So remember, when you go to break down the tent, your first step is release that one-touch mechanism. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.